हाँ हाँ Welcome to today's DTRS session. So, we are back with the fresh 10 questions based upon the recent current affairs. So, what is our hot topic that we have for the discussion today? That is the God particle. ठीक है, बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है, देखते हैं आज. Before that, we'll see what is the quotation for the day. The quotation is, just because you don't understand does not mean you should reject it. तो इसका सबसे पहले समझते हैं what is the meaning. The central agenda that we want to discuss here is simply to have an open mindset, having flexibility in the mindset in learning. Even if you don't understand something today, that does not invalidate its existence or the proof that it does not exist. ठीक है, तो इसी के ऊपर we'll discuss with some examples also. So let's see some relevant examples in this. So if you all are aware with the history of the universe, the understanding of the universe, that how it all began with the geocentric theory. What was the geocentric theory? The geocentric theory initially it propounded, Ptolemy propounded that it is the earth that is at the center of the galaxy and all the other planets or the sun, the stars are revolving around it. This was being said. However, it was challenged. It was challenged by Nicholas Copernicus. So he said that he refuted this theory and he gave the theory of heliocentric structure of the galaxy. It means sun is at the center and it is not the earth, है ना. तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, he challenged this and that is why it led to another idea coming up. However, we know that if you have seen that these science innovations or the science theories were often facing objection from the common people, particularly because they were against the religious ideologies. देखा जाए तो church would oppose these kind of theories that would come up at that time. Even now if we see today, in today's context, if we see, there are so many researches going on. अभी जो हमारा lead topic है God particle, है ना, how it all started, if you know that its history is such that they were searching that what is it in the universe that is governing the mass of the objects. Okay, we know that everything is having a mass and whenever interactions are taking place, so it means there is something existing that is giving existence to this mass. So that led to these innovations further, the discoveries later, the scientific inquiries. These are very critical to understanding those things which we do not understand today. That is how evolution takes place and then further developments take place. In that manner, you can also link here the example of the M theory or the string theory most particularly. String theory, now in quantum physics, this is very popular. What they are doing, they are trying to understand that maybe there is something more to the nature or the behavior of the universe as it seems today. There are not just the dimensions that we can perceive, there are also the dimensions which are intertwined, compactified in such a manner that there are more than 7 to 11 dimensions in existence. Now this is being propounded by some of the scientists and it is a matter of hot debate even among the scientific community. There are many who are against this theory because it seems to be very challenging and unacceptable as of now. However, there are advancements going on in this field. So that is how the scientific inquiries are going on and will be going on further also, leading to even more discoveries that will answer the mysteries we have today. Okay? So the idea here is simply to keep an open mindset. जितना आप flexibility रखोगे उतना ही ज़्यादा you can learn, you can grow. ठीक है? So even whatever questions come to your mind, you should have the inquiry mindset, even while studying also. ठीक है? On that note, we'll end this quotation and we'll jump to the questions that we have today for discussion. Let's come to question number 1. Consider the following statements about Higgs boson. Also known as God particle, it was first discovered by Peter Higgs in 1960s. Its mass is much smaller as compared to a proton. It is the only elementary particle which is having no spin. How many of the above statements are correct? This was in news because of the death of Peter Higgs. He was the British theoretical physicist who first of all propounded that something like Higgs field, Higgs boson exists, and that is responsible for the mass of the matter which we have today. ठीक है, boson क्या है? Subatomic particle. ठीक है, तो in that regard we'll see this question. First statement is incorrect, although first of all its existence was talked about by Peter Higgs. However, it was discovered later only in 2012, and it was the result of the Large Hadron Collider, which is situated at the France-Switzerland border at CERN, the facility, the largest particle physics laboratory which is there in the world. तो वहाँ पे through those experiments we got to know, yes, something like Higgs boson or the God particle exists. Its discovery was, it took a long period of time, and that is why it was often said that it is the goddamn particle, मतलब frustration, causing the frustration among the scientific community. ठीक है, तो बाद में इसका नाम God particle पड़ गया था, उस पे भी objections हैं. Anyways, we'll see the statement 2, that its mass is not smaller, rather it is 130 times more as compared to proton. So statement 2 is also incorrect. Third statement here is correct, that among all the elementary particles which we have, the only elementary particle which is having no spin, that is your Higgs boson. ठीक है, तो ये statement आपका ठीक है. And you should know what is the relevance of Higgs boson. Higgs boson and the Higgs field is responsible for giving mass to any matter. तो आपको पता होना चाहिए द स्टैंडर्ड मॉडल ऑफ पार्टिकल फिजिक्स, इट इज कंप्लीटेड ओनली बाय द थियरी द एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ हिग्स बोसॉन. देयर आर two types of subatomic particles which according to the standard model of subatomic particles exist. The standard model of subatomic particles. Now here everything in the universe can be viewed at the level of fermions and bosons. These bosons are the force carrier elementary particles. Now in fermions we also have, generally we know about the electron, proton, neutron. ठीक है, apart from this we have the further divisions which are the neutrinos and quarks. neutrinos के ऊपर पहले भी क्वेश्चन आया हुआ है. ठीक है, so you should know about bosons also, the Higgs boson in particular, and about its relevance. So here if we come to question number 1, the answer will be only one statement is correct, A is the answer. Coming to question number 2, which of the following best describes the objective of the DESI experiment? To measure the effect of dark energy on the expansion of the universe, to study the DNA of early human species, Denis Soven, to study the impact of forever chemicals on the immune system of humans, to study consumer behavior using big data. So here the right answer is A. Actually, by going by the name, this is dark energy spectrographic spectroscopic instrument. Now this is mounted on a telescope which is located at Arizona in USA. तो इसका इंटेंशन क्या है? इट्स सिंपल इंटेंशन इज to study about the nature, the behavior of dark energy, which comprises about 70% of the universe. It means there is still 70% of the universe which we do not understand yet, how it behaves, what is making up that, how the interactions are taking place there. To know more about that, various experiments are going on throughout by the world community, and so many researchers from about 70 countries including India also, they are part of this experiment. Sorry, 70 institutions including India also, they are part of the DESI experiment. So what they are doing here, they are trying to understand that since the evolution of the universe, the Big Bang theory, the universe has been noted to be expanding. Okay? Now the rate of expansion, it was perceived theoretically it should have slowed down because gravity eventually dominates. However, it was seen that at present the rate of expansion is further accelerating. Now what is causing this acceleration? Now that was the reason of inquiry behind this instrument, and it is said that it is dark energy which is responsible, which is at play, and that is causing the further expansion of the universe. So you should know about these kinds of experiments as well as the conceptual questions also. Next, recently seen in the news, the term Sea Dome refers to an Israeli defense system to intercept and destroy missiles at sea, India's indigenous system to intercept missile threats over the capital city, G20 partnership to regulate and curb cyber attacks, Kerala cybersecurity hub focused on public-private partnership. So what is the news here? It was regarding the first time the use of Israeli anti-missile system which was deployed from the ships, the naval version of the Iron Dome of Israel. So that is simply the Sea Dome. Answer will be A. What it does, it will simply intercept the incoming threats from the missiles and the rockets, and based upon the threat perception, it will destroy those before they hit that targeted region. ठीक है? तो सिंपली आपको आयरन डोम का पता होना चाहिए. आयरन डोम का ही एक सी बेस्ड वर्जन of the anti-missile system of Israel, that is your Sea Dome. Coming to question number 4. Recently seen in the news, geospatial modeling and mapping of soil erosion in India. Study has been published by which institution is responsible for the release of this particular study? That we have to answer here. The answer here is IIT Delhi. For the first time in India, a holistic, a comprehensive map of the different levels of soil erosion have been created. ठीक है? And this study was conducted by IIT Delhi and it has been published recently. Based upon the findings, it has been revealed that there are around 3% regions in India which are facing very catastrophic levels of soil erosion. Now, which are these areas? Particularly the dhars in the Brahmaputra valley, the islands which are formed as a result of the flooding in the Brahmaputra valley, those. So, second region that is highly susceptible to soil erosion in India, that is the coast of Odisha. ठीक है? Coastal erosion is much prevalent there, and now given that the intensity, the frequency of the cyclones are increasing, it is further aggravating. Third, the lower slopes of the Himalayan region. Now they are also much prone to the problem of soil erosion. Okay? So that is why it was also important who led the study, so which are the most prominent regions, and also prepare it from the means perspective that what are the reasons responsible. Now we'll come to question number 5. Consider the following statements regarding the cantonment boards. They are civic administration bodies notified under the Municipal Corporation Act of 2000. They are under the administrative control of the Ministry of Defence. They can provide services like trade license, birth and death certificate, sewerage connections and building plan approvals to those living within their jurisdiction. This seems to be correct. It is a correct statement. Fourth, out of the 61 cantonment boards in the country, only 10 were established after independence. Statement 4 is incorrect. Only 6 were established after independence. Okay? Let's see the statements 1 and 2. Statement 1 is incorrect. Now the cantonment boards, for the purpose of the administration of those areas where both the civilian and the military population is living, there is separate mechanism of the local body governance. Now that is in the form of the cantonment boards, and they have been established under a separate act of the parliament, which is the Cantonment Board Act of 2006. तो हमारा पहला स्टेटमेंट यहाँ से गलत हो गया. Second, they are under administrative control of Ministry of Defence. This is correct. So if we see here, 2 statements are correct, 2 are incorrect. Answer will be B. ठीक है? It was in news because the government has decided to shrink the land under the jurisdiction of some cantonment boards, and they'll be brought under the local bodies instead. So that's why we should know about the concept of cantonment board. Also note if it is having only nominated members, whether there are elected members or not, what is the term, ठीक है, वो सब भी आप देखिएगा. Next, question number 6. Why is a bug species called Pheinococcus solenopsis mentioned in the news? It is a vital pollinator that has been declining worldwide. It is used by tribals in Odisha to make chutney that has medicinal properties. Its proliferation in the Deccan has led to drastic cotton yield losses. It is gaining popularity as an alternative to chemical cosmetic dyes. What is the answer here? Answer is C. Actually, this particular species of bug, it was in news because of its invasive nature. So it is an invasive alien species whose introduction unintentionally in the Deccan region of India has been affecting the yields of cotton. ठीक है? Invasive species, recently they were in news for a number of reasons. One, that recently the cheetal, there was mention of cheetal, the spotted deer, which is acting as invasive alien species in the Andaman, particularly the Ross Islands, where it was introduced first for the purpose of game hunting. However, its population is now spreading very fast, very drastically, and since it is not having any predators there, predators कौन से होते हैं इसके? Mostly the the cat family, the tiger, leopards. Now they are not there on these islands, and that is why in the absence of the predators, its population is not kept under check. ठीक है? इसलिए क्या हुआ है? The cheetal is becoming another concern for the biodiversity for the local native species of Andaman. ठीक है? तो उसी के regarding there were these articles and mention of the bug species also. Question 7. Which of the following statements best describes the objective of CDP Suraksha, which has been recently in the news? CDP Suraksha. It is a new digital platform to disperse subsidies to horticultural farmers in India. It is a new digital platform to improve the competency of the unregulated workforce in India and provide basic skills to grow the small businesses. It is a mobile app that provides security for the female sports person in any game on national and international levels. It is a scheme that provides a social platform for improving deliberative democracy in the country. So which is the right answer? What is the objective, the purpose of the recently launched digital platform CDP Suraksha? तो इसका right answer क्या है? It is A. Actually, through a digital medium, it is intending to rationalize the system of the subsidy dispersal to the horticultural farmers in India. So it will rely on the system of e-rupee. What is e-rupee? E-rupee is, can anybody explain me what is e-rupee? UPI based prepaid mechanism. ठीक है? तो it can be redeemed for any particular specific purpose only through SMS or through a QR code. Now that system of e-rupee will be used for dispersing the subsidy for the horticulture purpose in India. ठीक है, उसी के रिगार्ड में दिस पर्टिकुलर इनिशिएटिव वाज इन न्यूज. Okay. Question number 8. Which of the following organizations releases the Global Trade Outlook and Statistics Report annually? So you have to tell me, look at these options. We have 4 options here. First, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, the World Trade Organization, the World Economic Forum, and the option D says the International Monetary Fund. So what is your right answer here? It is answer B. Option B is the answer. Recently this report was published by the WTO, and what it has predicted? It has predicted that probably by 2025 the global trade will pick up slightly as the real incomes will also increase and inflation will be cooling a bit. ठीक है, उसके रिगार्डिंग में ये रिपोर्ट न्यूज में थी. Question number 9. Consider the following statements regarding baobab tree. Most of the species of this tree are endemic to Madagascar. Second, no species of this tree is found in India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? अगर आपको पता है बाओबाब के बारे में, I would want anybody to answer this question for me. चलिए स्टेटमेंट 1 देखते हैं. Most, yes, it is correct that most of this species of the tree, they are endemic, native to the Madagascar. There are total 9 species of this deciduous tree. It is a deciduous tree. There are 9 species overall, out of which 6 are there in Madagascar. They are endemic to Madagascar. Now 2, they are endemic to the mainland Africa. Apart from that, there is one particular species of baobab that is also native to Australia. So overall, if we see, this particular tree species is not naturally found in India, rather it is native to Africa and Australia. If we go here by statement 2, that no species is found in India, now this is incorrect. There are some species of this tree which have been planted, they have been introduced in India in fewer parts of the peninsular India, particularly Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh. यहाँ पे कुछ species को introduce किया गया है, तो it is found in India also. ठीक है, although it is not a native to India. So here if we see only statement 1 is correct, answer will be A. This was in news because of the success of the reforestation regarding the baobab in the Madagascar. Now the last question for the day. Unicorn refers to any privately held startup company with a value of over $1 billion. It is correct. Many times we have seen this. Okay, second, the Global Unicorn Index of 2024 has been released by the Economic Intelligence Unit. Okay, we'll see this. Statement 3. India has emerged as the second largest unicorn hub globally as per the Global Unicorn Index 2024. So recently this index was released. Based upon that we have these statements. If we see statement 2, it is incorrect. It was not released by EIU, rather it was released by the Shanghai based Huron Research Institute. ठीक है, it is based in Shanghai, China. According to this survey, it has been found that startup culture in India, it has slowed down a bit. The number of unicorns, the number of startups in the recent times since 2017 for the first time have been witnessed to decline. ठीक है, although if we see as per the global ranking, still India is the third largest startup hub. ठीक है, तो ये सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट नहीं है, ये रादर अभी भी थर्ड लार्जेस्ट है. एंड विच टू कंट्रीज आर डोमिनेटिंग? China led by USA, and further third rank is India. So here statement 3 is also incorrect. One statement is correct. Answer will be A. So these were the 10 questions which we had for discussion today based upon the latest current affairs. We'll come up with more. Thank you so much. Keep studying.